What's up, guys? Manders here for another tactical breakdown. Had a great game here with a lot of opportunities to break down some gunfights, so I wanted to show you guys some of the tactics I use during these games. It's a low drop here on Bozkata, right at the airfield. I'm going to loot one of these ranger barracks, and I'm moving towards these office buildings because I heard a truck drive over here while it was looting, and I've got some good loot, so I'm going to challenge here. I want to get some kills. To get some more loot from the guys who are also looting this area. So right here, I hear some footsteps. Something I want to break down in this is my use of my advantages in the game. So right here, I hear footsteps. I'm not exactly sure, so I keep moving around. But I'm going to use sound to my advantage in this game. So right here, I'm in this building, looting around, and I have a pretty good idea that there's some people around me. And right about here, I hear footsteps. I actually hear two sets of footsteps, so I know it's a team. My response to this is to move very cautiously. I don't want to make a sound and let them know I'm in here. But I will start aiming up at the door I think they're going to come in. You got to check your sights, make sure you're on full auto. Again, my advantages here are I've got the cover of the building. I know where they are because I can hear them, and I know which way they'll be entering. And they don't know that I'm here, so I have the element of surprise. This is a perfect opportunity for an ambush. So, I'm pretty sure they're going to come in this door. Hear the footsteps. I want to move as far away from line of sight of that door. Comes in, gets sprayed, goes down. Now I hear his teammate wrapping around, so I immediately use the cover I've got again. And down. That's a great illustration of how Arma CQB has to work without trades. You don't want to get shot by the other guy. The best way to do that is to kind of pop up when he's not looking, shoot him. Again, just a breakdown of kind of how that ambush works. You always want to use your cover, especially with third person, and use your advantages. I'm going to move to the far left side of that first door. Make sure that if he walks in, he doesn't see me right away and start firing at me. Second guy, same deal. I use the cover once he's past me and pop up and shoot. So right here, I'm looking for those teammates' car. In the process, I hear a truck and I follow it. Leads me to this guy. Easy kill there. Just for everybody's reference, that's a double arm body shot kill. Goes through the arm hitbox, the body hitbox, and the other arm hitbox. It's a one-shot kill. So right now, I've killed 3 guys at the airfield. Got lots of loot. And I am going to steal this teamer's buggy with about 7 minutes left to get to the circle. And I'm going to use that to drive to a power position within the circle. Power position, in my opinion, is hill, a area where you can see a lot, can't see you. This way you can take shots at people, you can see the whole battlefield they can see you. It's really important. So I'm driving up to the top of this hill in the circle, you can see, and there's a comm tower up here. For a tactical aspect of this, I assumed, because the drop was in the west side of Bozkata, that this would be empty. I was wrong. Now another opportunity here for some tactics. I've walked in. I now know that this guy is good. He's closing doors. He missed his shots. So I'm trying to take his advantages away, which are height and cover, by throwing some nades at him. Unfortunately, they're all RGNs, so they fly way too far. I'm trying to weigh my options here. I don't want to just straight push, because odds are I'm going to lose that gunfight. He has advantages over me. And I, personally, am not the best gunfighter in this game. I more use my tactics, positioning, brain to beat other players, and not gun skill. So I'm trying to figure out here what's the best way to attack this guy without him seeing me. So I pre-boost here, make sure that I'm going to have no sway if he does shoot me. But this is when I realize I've got an underbarrel grenade launcher. Make sure your is right. And he's down. But In the meantime, I get shot at by his teammate. I now realize I'm in trouble here. So I start to move to a different position. Just to recap that kill, I tried to bounce the UGL off the top of the guard tower, knowing he was up there. That way, he never even really saw me or was able to get another shot on me. And there's no way to trade or lose that gunfight now. So here, using this power position to view the body that I killed and waiting for his teammate to make a mistake. Arma is all about patience, and as you can see, my patience pays off. He pushes directly, and he walks right into a spray. Just wanted to leave this in here to let you guys know. I've now looted the 3 most popular areas on Bozkata for military loot, and I am overwhelmed with loot, excuse me. I've got enough boost to essentially pre-boost for the rest of the game, and enough 6.5 to last me. So my plan here is to run right out the front door into the front of the hill to overlook the center of the circle. You can see here I actually stopped this guy. An example of my work. This guy should easily have gotten the kill. He had me dead to rights there. He could have just waited. But because of his poor loot, his poor armor, and his poor choice on when to engage me, he ended up losing. So, because of that guy, even though he was a noob, and I handled him pretty easily, he's changed my thoughts. And instead of just running straight out of the center for everyone to see, I decide to go out the north side of the comm tower, out the back side where nobody would be, because there's no loot over here, and flank around to the northeast side. This is the least populated side of the area, as you can see from this map. Nobody would be coming from the northeast side of the circle because there's nothing up there. Which is exactly why I position myself there when we get closer to the circle. A lot of people might want to call this camping or not bold strategy, but you have to be alive to make it to the end. And the best way to be alive is not get shot at from multiple guys in multiple locations at the same time. You want to make your gunfights one-on-one every time. That's the best way to win. So right here, I use River Freaky's attack on someone else to cover my movement up the hill, because if he's shooting at someone else, he's definitely not looking down at me. So using that tactical advantage, I move up. Now I'm using this defilade here to get a view of where I thought those gunshots were coming from. I was unable to spot him, but when the circle shrank down, I decided to come in from the side of the circle that I heard those shots. So I know there's 3 players left, me, the guy who's in front of me who shot, and 1 other player. And I'm assuming that this guy is going to think there's nobody behind him, because if there was somebody behind him, they would have already engaged him. And that's why I flanked around behind him. And I'm rewarded because I end up seeing and a couple sprays on him. Realize I've got a UGL. I've used my tactics to flank up behind somebody. I've used my aim skill to know what weapon to engage him with. And not exactly my gun skill. So again, just examples of how tactics will win you gunfights. So now we're down to a true one-on-one here. I'm not sure if you guys could have caught that, but I can actually see the last guy running over that hill directly ahead of me. So I know exactly what bushes to use to block a line of sight between us so that I can move up to him. I see him here, and I actually get some shots on him. Should have died. I can't believe he survived this. So now, all advantages are out the window. True one-on-one here. I assume the guy's got full armor, 6.5 weapons, etc. Same as me, so I have to take this very cautiously. Again, very poor gun skill on my part, so I have to use all advantages properly. So now that I know exactly where he is, I'm going to break line of sight using these bushes, flank to a specific side. I decided to choose left, and move up closer to where I think he is. Now, line of sight is very important here. I've crouched down, and I've kind of put bushes between me and him as I move. This gives me an advantage of being able to kind of move around the map without him knowing, but I know exactly where he is. Now, I'm kind of flanking up to his left. I got lucky here. He decided to flank to his left as well. We're kind of making our way around the circle, but he doesn't realize that I've moved. So again, this is a risky move here because I know he's out in the open, right there. But I don't want to take a shot unless I know I'm going to get him. So I've still got to move into the circle here. And I've got to move across this open field or kill him. But because of Arma's strange rendering process, he kind of sinks into the grass here. I can only see him in third person. I'm sure this has happened to you guys, and if you aren't patient, you'll take the shot, miss it, get sprayed down, and lose the gunfight, and be very upset with yourself. So, again, right here, being patient. I'm out in the open here, clear in his line of sight, but I'm assuming that he's looking to my right and not at me. So I've seen him. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know where I am. Pre-boosted, and I've just decided I'm going to push right at him, hoping that when he spins, I'll get my spray off first. And I do. And I win. Not exactly the most tactical ending there, but a good win and some good gunfight.